Who here has a Facebook profile? Please raise your hand. Who here checks it at least once a day? Multiple times throughout the day? Are you guilty of that? Who here has an Instagram or a Twitter or a Snapchat? All right. Social media has become an integral part of our lives. I believe it was back in the mid-2000s that I started a MySpace page. It was maybe 2008, 2009 where I migrated over to Facebook. And I'll tell you, I love Facebook and social media in general. It's a great place for me to quickly and efficiently archive and post my memories. I can check in with my friends and my family. I can keep up with news and culture that's important to me. I can communicate with people quickly via instant message. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests, as much as I love Facebook, I've got to get something off my chest. Throughout my entire life, whether my digital or my physical life, I try to keep one philosophy in front of everything. I try to maintain an attitude that's worth catching. Do you have an attitude that's worth catching? Are you generally a positive, upbeat person who leaves people feeling better than when you found them? I'd like to think I am, although I'm probably not 100% of the time. I don't think any of us are 100% of the time, but I try. I understand that what I feel and how I portray those feelings, both in the physical and the digital worlds, affect other people and leave a mark. My feelings, my attitude, both digitally and physically, are contagious. If you're on Facebook, you probably have a friend that just whines about everything. They complain and they moan, they play the victim. Everything about life could be better. It's too cold, or it's too hot, or Donald Clinton and Hillary Trump are the most corrupt, lying politicians in the history of politics. Whiners. Is that an attitude that's worth catching? If you're on Facebook, you probably have a friend that knows everything about everything. Whatever hot button issue it is, whether it's immigration or gun control or abortion, politics, religion, maybe you're just having a bad day with your mom, that person has a solution for you, and it is the only solution and the only correct solution out there of them all. They don't hesitate to get on a soapbox and preach to you. Is that attitude worth catching? If you're on Facebook, you probably have a friend who portrays the most perfect life. Their kids get straight A's, they're star athletes, they have the best job in the world, they have the best vehicle, the best boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse. They take the best vacations. It is a constant spotlight on a me, me, me show. And that's all they ever talk about. It's the me, me, me show. Is that an attitude worth catching? Over the past few years, I've developed a few general rules of thumb for both my digital life and my physical life. I try not to whine. I try not to brag or boast. I try not to get on a soapbox and preach to people. And again, I'm not 100% innocent of these, but at least I try. I understand that my feelings and the way I put them out there to the world affects others. If you're on Facebook, you know that they provide you with a memories feature. You'll see what you did 6 or 7 years ago, maybe 10 years ago when you started your Facebook profile. And I'll tell you what, the Josh who posted Facebook updates in 2010 was one morose, whiny know-it-all. He was. But I think I've changed. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll find that I like to post memories. I like to post beautiful pictures and inspirational quotes. I try to leave you, if you're a Facebook friend of mine, feeling better than perhaps you were when you found what I posted. Again, I'm not 100% innocent of that. A lot of you know that I make a living by posting on social media profiles for local businesses. And a lot of the philosophies that I have for my personal Facebook apply just as well to a business's Facebook. Unless a business specifically tells me to do so, I don't want to talk about them all the time. I don't want it to be the me show all the time. Nobody likes a person or a business that is so self-involved and self-absorbed that they can't see past the end of their own nose. So let me paint a picture for you. You've just been invited to a party or a social gathering at a friend's house. And when you get there, there's a group of people there that you've never met before. And as you mingle throughout the party, you strike up a conversation with someone, and this person is going to do one of two things. They're either going to express interest in you or what you have to say, or at least a subject other than themselves, or they're going to be self-absorbed and self-involved. You know those people. When you have a conversation with them, the first thing that comes out of their mouth are I statements. You could be having a conversation with a friend. The friend could be talking about the new puppy that they got. This person in your group of friends is the first one to pipe up and say, well, I had a puppy, and it was the cutest little puppy in the whole world. Those I statements. And I want you to watch out for I statements versus you statements from here on out. It's an incredible experience being able to use social media. We live in a wonderful time full of technology that gives us instant access to the people that we care about most. And I want you, every single one of you, when you are portraying yourself, whether physically or digitally, I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to try not to lie. I want you to try not to preach to other people. I want you to try not to brag or boast so much. And I know it's difficult because we're all human and we're all working on these wonderful communication skills that we have. But overall, what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, before you communicate in any way whatsoever, is your attitude worth catching?